Hey guys, we're out in the shop again today, and as you can see it's quite the full house, and we're working on the RAM again, which is very dirty, and we're going to be installing a trailer brake controller. So I've got the controller here. As you can see, this is the OEM style, so it's going to fit right into the existing switch cutouts in the dash. And I don't think this is OEM, but it could possibly be. It's not genuine Mopar parts, but it comes with a bracket to fit perfectly into the dash. And like I said, the switch is designed to fit right into the cutouts, the existing cutouts, and it's got all the right plugs on the back, so it could well be OEM. But this was just off of Amazon as usual. But we're going to get it installed and see how it works. So we can see in the dash here where the little cutout is, where that switch is going to go. And that should fit really nice. Now the box that comes with it is going to go just on the inside here behind all these switches, so I may have to move some of that stuff. But first we're going to start by taking the dash apart. We're going to take this whole cover off, and that'll give us access to screw the circuit board and module and everything on. And we'll connect everything, get this switch installed, and then we'll give it a test. Now before I go on, I should mention that my truck is a 2016, and I think 2018 and up, there's some sort of security in the ECU that you may have to bypass or enable to use your trailer brake controller. But I believe for the 2016 we don't need to. I bought this with the towing package, so it came with the hitch and everything already on it, but it did not come with the brake controller. So I have all the connectors on the harness, which you may have as well. And they are wired right to the back for trailer lights and the brakes and everything. But we'll actually see when we get it installed what works and what doesn't. Okay, so we're going to start by removing the dash here. Okay, so we can see on the back here, this is where the new switch is going to go, and there's a hole for a connector that was just sitting there, and that's this guy, the little red one with the 10 pins. So that's where this new switch is going to connect. Alright, so now we need to remove this blank from the whole assembly here. The easiest way is to actually remove this whole block of switches. So we're just going to take these screws out. Okay, so we got the whole assembly out here. And now what we're going to need to do is just pry on these little tabs here to pop this guy out. Lift up on that a little bit. The top's loose. Do that again. There. So now that's loose. We got that out. Let's put in the new switch. Slide right in until it clicks. There we go. Let's put this whole assembly back in. Okay, so now we can put this whole dash cover back in. We're just going to plug everything in, remembering to plug that red plug into this new switch. Alright, so after looking at how this bracket gets installed, ideally it's supposed to be installed under the dash with screws going from the back side. So you have to take the entire dash apart and somehow get in there to screw through the dash through this bracket to install it. What I was going to do was actually install it the other way and put bigger screws going in from this side, and it could work. It's going to be a little bit of a hassle. So what I've decided to do anyway instead is just pop off the bracket here. I'm not going to use the bracket at all. I'm going to trim these skew parts that run a little deeper than the actual module, just so I can get this nice and flush against the surface. I'm going to clean this good, clean under the dash. I'm going to put some two-way tape and a couple of tie wraps to hold that, and that's going to be just about as strong as every other install I've done. So that's going to save me a lot of time doing that way. Okay, so we've got all that shaved flush now. Just going to take off the excess plastic. Just going to clean this good with some alcohol. I'm going to go wipe the truck too. Okay, so now we're going to put some tape on there. All right, let's go put that in. All right, let's get some tie wraps on that. There, that's one big heavy duty tie wrap on there. That is really secure. As you can see, I can't move it at all. So I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to tuck away some wires that I cut some tie wraps earlier to install this, button everything up, and that'll be it. Okay, so I've got everything installed here and everything's wired up and functioning. So I took this for a little drive, connected to a trailer, and tried to manually turn on the brakes with this little button here, and nothing happened. So with a little research, I found out that even though I mentioned earlier that this is pre-2018, so it doesn't have the FCA Security Gateway, I still have to enable the tow package in the ECU. So you can either do this by bringing it to the dealer and getting them to do it, or there's an AlfaODB app that you can download, and using one of these little ELM 327 OBD2 Bluetooth adapters, you can actually make those changes yourself. So there's different versions of these, and I haven't tried this one yet to see if it works with the app, but it may. Some of them do, some don't. If not, I may have to get a better one than this, but I have several of these already. I have one in every one of my cars, so that if something were to happen on the road, I always have the opportunity to clear an engine code or check an engine code. So I keep these in the glove box. They're really handy. So I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to download the app and see if we can enable that option on the truck, and we'll see if that works. So I'm just going to plug this right down here. Okay, so I've got it plugged in. Now I'm just going to turn the key on and connect to it with Bluetooth. Okay, so when I connected with that blue adapter, the ELM 327, it didn't work with the app. Didn't give me all the options I was hoping for. So I picked up a slightly better one. I've got this guy, the V-Linker MC Plus. The OBD2 link is much better than this one. This one should give us access to the medium speed bus, which I guess is what we're supposed to access for those options. So I'm going to plug this in. We're going to give it a shot again, and hopefully this one will give us the access we need. Okay, so we're going to open the AlfaODB app, and we're going to connect to the V-Linker MC Plus. I'm going to enter the code 1234, and we can see here it's connected now. Now we're going to go through and select the vehicle, and we want to select body computer, and for control unit I chose model year 2016 plus PowerNet. I'm going to click connect, and we can see this unit actually connects. We're going to choose car configuration change, and then on the bottom we're just going to scroll way down, and I mean way down. And we've got 4 settings that we're going to change. The first is this one, the trailer selected CSM. You're going to choose this to yes, hit next, then start. And you can just pause the video here if you want to take note. With that done, we're going to scroll again. We're going to choose setting 2, trailer name CSM present. Then setting 3, trailer type CSM present. And then a little further down, we're going to find setting 4, which is the integrated trailer brake module. And we're going to enable that. And now we're just going to disconnect that. Okay, so I've now got a trailer connected, and if I hit this here, I can actually see light electric, and I can adjust how much gain by pressing the plus or minus buttons. And if I squeeze this again, you can see it gives full power to the brake, partial power, depending on how much I squeeze it. Okay, so let's go give that brake a try. So just connected, we're just going to drive up the road here. And I'm just going to manually lock up the brakes. And we can hear it scratching on the road, and I can feel that really slowing the truck down, so that's working great. Now I'm just going to press the truck service brake, and I can feel it slowing the trailer down, so that's working great. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to leave links to the products that I used in the description. If you have any questions, comments, or advice, please comment below. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And I'll see you in the next one.